Okay. Anyway, on a very happy note, be prepared for the majesty that you are about to see. Let's roll the new intro.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome you to the world of Evrand.
The Seekers of Insomnia.
I told you to leave me alone. I could do this.
I wanted us to live and I wanted him dead.
Oh, I am so happy to see you.
Every party needs a pooper.
Raise the blade!
John, are you having fun?
I would like to welcome you.
And we are back. Wonderful job to Jonathan. A great intro. Love it a lot. Thanks so much, buddy. Yep. Claps all around. Indeed.
I'm gonna have to mute that on the server.
This soundboard is the worst idea ever.
You know, no one's used it during a stream except for Nick. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. What did I tell you, John? Didn't I tell you that I was pretty sure Nick was the only person that was going to abuse this when you first started making them?
Shouldn't have made him.
It may be the dumbest shit you've ever heard, but it's true. So, John, take it away. Let's get into it.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Tales of Evrand, episode, let me check my notes, 54, book 5, chapter 9. Over here on RWA, DMs don't do the summaries. That's lame. The players do that. So today, it is Felicity, as Enid, doing the summaries. Felicity, please take it away.
Yeah, hi, I'm the lame person doing the summary this week. Okay.
Hey.
All right.
Never
So,
mind.
the summary. Been a minute, so thought I would write again. On my end, there aren't many updates, but Basara had a few things to take care of in Helm Fort. He wants to set up a guild there and have this Eldar guy be the first member. The mayor and the town were not super stoked about the idea, but apparently they did warm up to it. Basil did make it to Mirror Lake as well, and seems like she found some more answers regarding her mother, mostly how she became the Raven Queen and why Basil is reincarnated. Still need to talk through that stuff with Basil, because I'm not one to judge given the fact that I'm always talking to Moon, but that stuff is extra crazy to me. Before Yrsa left with Willow, her sister, to find the Shadowfell Rift, just bear with me, I'm still trying to figure all this out too. She left me and Gak in charge of her rift to the Feywild. I didn't know any of this stuff existed a month ago, and now I'm so close to it I can touch it. Also, Gak and I got cool rift warding gear, so there's that. Gideon, though he didn't plan on having an eventful time at the keep, sounds like some big stuff has happened. That creature from our dreams revisited him, but also somehow may have possessed someone to speak with Gideon outside of his dreams. This threat from another world is making me quite nervous, and I'm glad Basil will be going back to the keep to keep an eye on Gideon. Things don't feel safe for him right now. Also, Rayanne did spar with that shithead guy from, we met him earlier this week. It was an interesting fight for sure, and it seemed to have ended in a tie. Feel like that won't be the last time these two go head to head, though. Otherwise, nothing more really to report on. I'm gonna skip rocks with Gak now, so write you later. Love, Enid.
Amazing.
So cute.
It's very cute. So, first off, we are going to, after the sparring session with Yelendor in Lunaria, I guess I will. It's after the sparring session with Yelendar in Lunaria, Rian, you get back together with the temporary Rift Wardens, Enid and Gak, while Basil gathers the port glass from you. And Basil, you port glass back to Stormhold Keep. And that is where we're going to start off first. So, Basil, where exactly do you port with the port glass within?
I'm assuming she just port glass right in front of the front door on the outside.
Okay.
To
So
make an
as you do,
entrance.
yes, as you do so, you see that the guards who are up on the front towers look down towards you in surprise as you hear bolts being fixed to their crossbows as they look over and go, "Oh,
Hi, it's me.
sorry, Lady Basil. Go
Just
right in.
Basil. I'm not a lady.
Yes, sorry." And they just kind of, you see them like duck behind, like they did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But you are
Thank
back at
you.
Stormhold.
She goes inside.
Okay. As you go inside, what you see is the keep through renovations. It's been, I think it's been like a week since you've been gone. A little bit, maybe a little bit more. You can see that most of the stonework and the woodwork, the floors have been fixed up. The holes in the walls and ceilings have been repaired. There's still construction going on within the keep, but you feel like this is becoming more of a home as you return. You did see when you made your way there that outside the greenhouse that Basil, you and Yursa wanted to get created is actually framed out and being the glass itself is being installed. The keep is alive. You see many guards that are kind of just doing patrols around. You see people working around. Where are you going, Basil?
She's probably honestly just going to take a walk and try to find Gideon, and then while she's walking, just see how everything's coming along, maybe stop by her room first, like I guess what you would normally do when your house is being built.
Okay. I will say, first off, you would stop by, well, I would ask you this. Is Basil's room on the second or first floor?
First floor.
First floor. Okay, so you could stop by your room. And I would also ask you this. What does Basil's room look like?
Basil's room, as I've described it, is that weird witch that you've seen in the forest that your parents tell you to not go visit, but you secretly do because she's actually pretty cool, and she has all of these different kind of potions and stuff that you probably wouldn't go to a regular doctor for. So she likes to collect bones and put them on display, use them for augury. You see some dried up plants hanging from the ceiling, crystals everywhere, little jars filled with potions, and then a bunch of spices, and very naturey, very homey. Constantly making tea. There's like a little fireplace in there. So she's just your basic witchy girl.
Awesome. Super cool. So as you see, your room is mostly complete. There's still some finishing touches that they need to do, but your room is a place that you could definitely sleep for the night in.
Cool.
Is there anything you wanted to grab or leave in your room, or just kind of looking in and going on?
She's probably gonna like set her stuff down that she took with her during her journey, probably. I don't think she'd have like any food in there at the moment. You'd probably see her have like a little bowl of fruit, usually.
Okay.
So if there's not any, she'll probably just leave, go find Gideon.
Okay. So you leave and start walking throughout the castle, or the keep. Gideon, where is your room specifically?
Gideon's would be on the second floor.
above. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Basil, you would know this. So as you kind of look inside of your room, see that everything is going well, you kind of double back and make your way up the stairs from the front foyer, where there's a 2 staircases that split ways up to the 2nd floor. You can see that while you go in here, they are fixing a chandelier within the foyer. It is the beautiful glass and candle set chandelier that it looks to be probably about 3 feet across in diameter. It is large and beautiful. But as you make your way up, you walk through the halls. You can see that individuals are fixing up the glass within the hallways that look out to the ocean above. And you can also see that they are fixing tapestries for art and things that you all have purchased just to liven up and make the space livable and nice. You can see people are sweeping up what looks to be the excess stone from what they've worked and kind of chiseled out to fix up the walls. And as you walk past a couple of the rooms, you eventually make it to Gideon's door. Gideon, would Basil hear anything on the other side as she's walking closer?
Oh yeah, it's loud. Like there is like a cackling and just a channeling of just like magical, probably lightning. And I mean, clearly Gideon is in the middle of working on something. Shocking, I know.
Okay. So you make it to Gideon's door, and that is what you hear.
Gideon?
Yeah, I would say that it would take a second, but the sounds would die down eventually, and there'd be quick footsteps, and the door would just open.
Hi! I'm
Hello.
back.
Early. Is everything
sure.
alright?
Yeah, I'm done doing what I needed to do, so I just wanted to come back and see how you're doing.
Oh, I'm fine. I mean, John, how close are we to, like, finishing? Because, I mean, you mentioned that he was ahead of schedule, but, like, how much more time is it supposed to take?
So, you were ahead of schedule. So, it's going to take probably the next week to finish it, which would leave you probably with right around less than a week left of the month. You were ahead of schedule of actually forging and creating the base of the item. You are now on the enchantment part, which is the most difficult process.
Yeah, the hard part.
Yeah, you're on the hard part.
Okay. Give me one moment. Her name's Kara, right?
Clara.
Dang it, sorry.
It's okay.
Clara, why don't we take a break for the time being? We can get back to it a little bit later.
You can see that she removes this mask that kind of stops her. It's basically like a welder's mask, but it's goggles instead of just the full mask. She kind of puts them up on her head, and you could see the ring of like almost soot around her face, and just like her eyes are clean. And she looks back and goes, "Oh, hey Basil."
Laura, it's so nice to see you.
You too. Yeah, sure, Gideon. Just call me if you need me.
Of course.
And
Thank you again.
She kind of just walks past you, Basil, and says, "Good to see you." And she
Nice
just walks
seeing
back.
you. Care for a seat?
Yeah, sure. And she'll get in and scoot over to whatever seat he was offering.
He'll pull up another chair and sit down. I will say, do you want me to describe Gideon's room now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to describe what finished Gideon's room is going to look like, because obviously it's still kind of like a work in progress.
I would say that Gideon's room is the least finished out of everyone's, because you are actively working inside of it.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, you see that basically the far wall, there's like no walls, it's literally just bookshelves that have been starting to be filled with books that have clearly been delivered to the keep. In the center, there's this like largely drawn what appears to be some sort of like an arcane circle, and right now in the middle is just this ruby that's like glowing this like bright red that's clearly the source of the enchantment that they were working on a minute ago. There's been a bunch of tables with just various kind of tools that have been pushed to the walls because clearly Gideon and Clara have been like wanting more space to work on whatever it is they're working on at this moment. There's a writing desk in the corner. There's a lovely fireplace against one of the walls, and there's some stairs that hug the wall really closely, and they go up to a loft area where Gideon's bed is. And that's more or less the room.
Loving what you're doing with the place.
Oh, thank you. So, what did you uncover while you were gone?
So, you know, like normal, I went on a very interesting adventure when I was, finally at Mirror Lake. Well, I was technically in Mirror Lake. I was under the lake. But this time I didn't drown, or almost drown. No, there was this, like a stone rock thing, sculpture thing, and so I undug it, and then all of a sudden, I guess I don't know what I did with it exactly, but there were these stairs that started leading underneath the lake. So I guess, like, not a smart person, probably me, I did go under it. I followed the stairs down, and I got under the lake, and it's this whole temple for my mother. And it was completely empty. It looks like it's been there for forever. Anyway, I saw a name, and she's gonna, you know, for time purposes, she's going to explain everything that she saw. The murals, the picture murals of the Raven Queen with Basil fighting the god of death, turning into the, you know, Raven Queen. And then she's going to go into detail about the etched in name that she found, and then the first initial of the last name.
I assume I know the answer. I assume that first name does not mean anything to Gideon just by itself. Okay, didn't think so. Worth asking. So what's your main takeaway from this?
My mom was cool.
I believe that's what they call an understatement. I've never done battle with a god, but I imagine to defeat and to slay one is no small task. And yet, according to this mural, your mother killed the former god of death to become the Raven Queen.
She did.
And she did it to, perhaps save is the wrong word, but to extend your life.
Either one. It looks like I was dying or I had died, and she was trying to beg the god of death to let me live, and the god of death said no. And then my mom said no, and so that's when that happened.
If she went to the god of death, you were probably already dead. Perhaps it was a bid to reclaim your soul.
Could be. It was starting to, in the picture, it was starting to take my soul out of my body. And then, when she had become the Raven Queen, she had taken my soul out of my body again and put me into another one.
Perhaps this is a lack of understanding on my part, but when the Raven Queen helps something pass, does she have any sort of power over the souls that pass through her realm?
John, would I know this answer?
Yes. So the base knowledge you have on the Raven Queen is that she is responsible for the cycle of life and death. She's not the person that creates life and that whole process, but she is mostly responsible for making sure that cycle is unbroken and proper to the law of order in the universe. So you would suspect that just because of what you know about Basil, she's resurrected Basil multiple times. So she has sway and power to sway that that cycle, but she's not supposed to. It's her job to make sure that cycle continues. But she can. She is a god.
Relays info.
Why exactly do you think she keeps bringing you back?
I'm assuming it's hard to let go of your child, especially when you're a god, and knowing that your god is in the knowing that your child is in the afterlife and always will be. I guess it could make any parent want to keep the child alive. Either that or she has something mission she wants me to do and I don't know what it is.
I guess it's hard. There's so much information that we do not have in terms of how the Raven Queen specifically operates and what her capabilities are. I guess for me, if she's able to constantly bring you back, could she not keep your soul with her wherever she resides? Why bring you back every time to watch you die?
What I'm assuming, and I've thought about asking her this too, and she's never given me a straight answer. She seems to be against it. I told her I would be more than happy to not continue to be reincarnated. In fact, maybe I shouldn't be anymore. And I would be completely happy with living out the rest of my life by her side. And wherever she lives. And it was hard to get a read on her, mostly because she was in someone else's body. But it seemed to her like it wasn't a good idea. And I think maybe the other gods wouldn't agree with it. And so I was thinking maybe I could talk to the other gods and like convince them to let me stay with her.
And how exactly would you go about that?
That is also a great question. I have not thought this through.
It is a hard question to answer. I fear the repercussions of such a decision. We just don't know enough history. It's possible that the gods have limited abilities on the material plane. They're only allowed to interfere so much within the rules that they have for themselves. If your mother killed the last god of death for you, perhaps the other gods did not care for that act. Perhaps she thinks that the only place you are safe is the material plane. For their reach cannot extend here.
But if the afterlife is her domain, then how would the other gods even get to me? What would they even do with me if I was dead?
I do not know. But gods are tricky creatures. Perhaps she's merely afraid of what they're capable of.
Maybe
Even
they
on-
don't even know that she has a child.
It's possible. If you were to reach out to the other gods, it would be potentially informing them of your existence if they don't know already. I would be concerned for the repercussions that could come to you if that's a revelation they do not take kindly to.
I was also thinking, and please don't tell anybody this.
You have my word.
I only ask you not to do that because you might get mad at me, and I don't want the others to get mad at me. But I was talking to my mother, and she informed me that every time she and I speak to one another, and she responds or she comes down to our plane, it affects the planes and the thinning and everything. It makes it worse. But knowing that we both are in the same boat of wanting to take advantage of it, knowing that there are people actively trying to help the situation of the planes, and once it all is back into balance, my mother and I won't be able to contact each other like we're able to now. So we're trying to be together in this way as much as we can, but at the same time it's making everything worse. But there's the fear that when everything is better, we won't have any kind of way to contact each other. You see the dilemma?
You have an impossible problem to solve. May I ask what you're thinking of doing?
I feel like my answer would make the party upset, especially with everything that we're doing to try to fix the planes and everything that's going on, to make sure that the world as a whole doesn't get any worse. So what I'm doing, and unfortunately for everybody else, I'm continuing to do whatever I want, which is take advantage of this time to try to have this relationship with my mother, who I just found out was my mother like 2 months ago, and knowing that I'm probably never going to get to talk to her again, and then get reincarnated into somebody who doesn't even know who she is and have to start over. I almost don't care that it's making the planes worse. Because this is the one chance I get, and then it's gone.
Forget probability, forget what we know. If you had to choose and tailor make what the ideal solution to your problem is, what would it be?
I think that's a really hard question to answer because there's multiple paths that I could and want to take. Because I know that I have a responsibility and I do have a want to help save everybody and close these rifts and stop the thinning of the planes. I do have that want and that need to fulfill that responsibility. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a part of this party. But a part of me is thinking that if my mother were to get permission from the other gods and say, hey, Basil, they'll let you come up and live by my side for eternity. But you have to make a choice now. Do you stay and help or do you come live with me? That would be an impossible choice. And I would make a lot of people sad with my answer. Because I would choose her. But the smart part of myself knows that that's not going to happen because gods are very complex. And I think it would be a long conversation. And I don't want to leave this world having all of this newfound family hate me.
I do not believe anyone would hate you for that decision. Any negative emotion from you leaving would merely be a reminder that they care for you, that your absence is a loss. I had a friend told me that if you care about someone enough, if you truly love them, you will want them to be happy, even if they're not by your side anymore. I think he wasn't quite talking about this, but I think the spirit of the answer remains the same. I will help you. I think we need to do some research. The gods have complicated relationships with one another. Perhaps there are texts about who might be more on the Raven Queen's side in such a manner as this. I think we start from there. Find those that might be sympathetic.
It'd be interesting. There might be other gods who are also in the same position. Maybe not with reincarnating the children, but who have lost children when they ascended to godhood.
It is possible. It will take much. Writings on the gods are perhaps not uncommon, but information like this, I imagine, will be hard to narrow down.
Yeah.
But we will not find it if we do not look for it.
I don't even know where to look next. The place gave me no information on where it happened, what point of time it happened, and she's lost her memories. So she's not too much help. Sorry, Mom. She's not too much help.
Everything starts from nothing, Basil. When we start to find answers, the rest will become easier to find as the puzzle pieces come together. It will be frustrating, but we'll have a clear image before we're done.
Yeah.
When you say that, you feel and hear a rumble.
Both of us?
Mm-hmm. You can't tell. You all both stop, like this mini earthquake that happens as eventually subsides.
Question. What the fuck?
I mean, it just felt like an earthquake.
Gideon, you have very high intelligence.
Thank you.
This felt very similar to an earthquake you all felt about a month or so ago on the raised road.
Remind me what the specific context was. I think I remember, but I just don't want to sound dumb.
Seemed that a new rift opened. And on that note,
Well, shit.
we're going to pan back to Lunaria. Probably about a couple hours before the instance of this rumbling earthquake. Rian, Enid, and Gak. Where are you?
I mean, I think I know where they are.
You're muted, Felicity.
That's embarrassing. What a noob move.
Professional streamers.
We're at the Rift. We're wardening.
Yeah.
We got our green coats on. Wore my striped green sweater.
So you're at Yrsa's hut.
Oh, it's so cute.
Rian?
Yeah, Rian would be there with them. He would have, before he returned, he would have gone and gotten a green cloak to match. That way he was wearing the proper attire.
Okay. What do you trade for it? You know that Lunaria is not a place that coin is really
Rian would trade hopefully we don't go anywhere snowy. Recently he's gonna trade the Bulgura cloak.
Your
that's
pimp
disrespectful. He got rid of a pimp jacket for a green pimp jacket.
Hey man, I gotta fit in with the cool kids, all right?
What did Gat call these?
Call what?
The jackets. It wasn't pimp jackets.
I think it was just pimp coat, right?
Wasn't it chimp or something?
Chimp cloak, wasn't it?
He said the wrong word.
Yeah, it was
I
pimp.
don't remember.
That is okay.
Because he said pimps were baby monkeys.
Right? So,
Pimp
as the three... Pansy, dude. Love that D&D monster. So, as you all are sitting at Yrsa and Willow's hut, in front of you is the gorgeous but eerie, pinkly colored pond. Around you is multicolored trees that seem that as you go out of this hut, everything turns to luscious green, kind of matches what a forest would. However, close to the rift that is underneath the pond, where you can see this kind of just like swirling tear in reality, that doesn't seem to be uncontrolled. It just is there. Everything around is different colored, as though the Feywild has kind of taken a hold and changed the surroundings to its magic. And you see the beautiful colored petals from all the leaves and flowers that are kind of just floating in the pond in front of you. Rian, it's kind of surreal. You being back here. It's been only a month and a half at this point, but you remember very fond memories here. Yes. So what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, unless the other two have something specific, I do have something, but I can hold off if it's.
I don't have anything specific.
No,
Unless...
Gak is making a Rift Warden badge for Rian.
Oh, cute.
Okay.
Rian would just sort of sitting in the rocking chair, kind of looking out. He would say, Enid, I don't know if you remember, but do you happen to remember the Dawning Festival?
Was that the one in summer or winter?
It was in summer.
Kind of, yeah.
Well then, so there was a point in that festival where typically everybody would gather around the town center and they would dance, right? Everyone would dance together, and then you would find a partner to dance with. Now, typically, it was traditional that you would find someone that you maybe fancied a little bit, and you would ask them to dance with you at the Dawning Festival. So, one year when I was a much younger man, as hard as it is to imagine, maybe 6 or 7 years old, there was this girl in the village. I thought she was the most beautiful girl that had ever graced this plane. So, I approached her, brave as I could, and I asked her to be my dance partner at the Dawning.
Was it Mrs. Basara?
No, actually. It was a young girl who had the nickname Addie, but I believe you know her as Mom. Do you want to know what your mother did when I asked her to dance with me at the Dawning?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yes, before I knew Aida, or Mrs. Basara, I could have swore that the woman I was going to marry and spend the rest of my life with, I had built up this whole fantasy in my head. And so I went and I asked her. I said, Addie, would you be kind enough to dance with me at the Dawning? Something like that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She looked at me. I felt the world freeze. Felt my life flash before my eyes. I could see us grow old, get married, have children.
Was that at age 6?
Oh, yes. Saw the whole life flash before my eyes. And then like an earthquake, she erupted in laughter. I will never forget. I'll never forget it. It was, in the moment, the most soul-crushing thing, and...
Well, damn, Mom.
She was brutal. That mean streak never left her. You didn't see it as often, but eventually, after Aida and I finally started dating.
Yeah, wait, when did you guys become friends then?
Well, our village wasn't very big, but when something like that happens, word gets around rather quickly. And so I avoided talking to her for quite some time, actually. And it wasn't until the same festival, oh my goodness, maybe 10 years later, I was going with Aida, and, well, I saw Adriana at the festival, and the two of us caught up. And, of course, we laughed about it. And anytime I started to do anything that your mother did not approve of, whether it be selling certain goods or choosing to decorate the house in one way or another, if it was something she didn't approve of, she would always bring it up. It would always be a separate thought. You know, oh, I don't know if you should, if you and Aida should plant those flowers there. It's strange, but, well, it's your house. You can do whatever you so choose. By the way, Rian, do you remember back when we were so little and she would bring it up and...
Oh, man.
I felt myself turn into a child again anytime she brought it up.
Had no idea she was that savage.
Well, considering how you are, you had to get it from somewhere. It definitely was not your father. Oh, gods have never graced this plane with a nicer man.
Yeah.
Simpler
But
times.
I remember at the dawn, me and Isaac were wearing certain robes. Was there like an attire?
It's always so strange because when you're there in the moment, it doesn't seem like anything. But now that we've been to so many strange places, it honestly does feel a little culty now. But everyone would wear white, and the reason it was the dawning is it was typically when the first petals started to fall from the mountain, and so they would collect the petals, they would ground them up into dust, and then that dust would be thrown ceremonially throughout the festival, or just an excitement. And so every year people would have this attire that would start stark white, and by the end of it, it would be these explosions of different hues of pink and white.
Yeah, I remember, I think I was around age 6, one of the last Dawn festivals, and I was not concerned about finding a dance partner. Isaac and I just wanted to run around.
Oh, and run around you did. There was a special wine that would be made around the Dawning Festival. And I don't know if you remember it, but one year you and Isaac happened to get into those stores, and the two of you, no one caught it, but you were like two little drunk sailors.
I don't remember that at all, actually.
Oh my goodness. Myself and Aida and your parents, we were so embarrassed.
It is a little embarrassing, not gonna lie.
Oh, it is.
Keep track of your kids, God.
Well, all right. It's not my fault that the two of you were roguish individuals. You could sneak away and we wouldn't even notice.
Maybe you guys were a little too drunk to keep an eye on us.
All right. Whoa. Let's not go too far. We were responsible, but it was a festival. I mean, gotta cut back a little bit. But you're right. You're right. It's never the kid's fault. Never, ever, ever the kid's fault.
Was there music?
Oh, yes, there was. No, don't don't think I'm going to give you a rendition now. I need a few more cups of that wine from the festival before I
just
start
don't
singing.
remember. I just don't remember. I mean, sometimes I'll hear things that sound familiar, but I won't really know if they are or not. So, that's all.
It the song itself was about a druid that lived in the mountains, a dryad that lived in the mountains. And that dryad, she fell in love with a man from the village. And the man talked about how he would protect her with steel, and the woman sang about how she would allow him to rest easy on her on her gown of golden leaves.
I
When
think
I-
that sounds familiar enough.
My feather bed is deep and soft, and there I'll lay you down. Like that. Remember?
Wait, oh, okay, yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yep. That, yep. That is the. And you can see
Okay.
Brienne is starting to nervous. Yep. That is that's about it. I think that if you remember it, you'd do it much better justice than I ever
I don't
did.
know about that.
At this point, there is a small little ripple in the pond. Gak, you would notice it first with your high perception as you watch the rift kind of make this dull heartbeat through the pond, and swimming up from the rift out, you see poking its head out of the water this little tiny lizard-like creature. Looks like it has pink and purple pearlescent scales. Starts swimming over to the shore, and then gets on the shore and starts getting the water off of its wings that are on its back. This small little pseudo dragon. As it looks around, Gak, is Chip out?
Honestly, Chip's probably lost amongst the mossiness of Gak's jacket, but he's somewhere around the lapel.
Okay. I will say that Chip kind of goes up on the shoulder, and you see this pseudo dragon like look over and recognize, just like this animalistic recognition, as it kind of crawls over and kind of just like crawls up your arm, Gak, and just like stares at Chip.
We got another thing came through the portal. Hi. Oh. This is Chip. This is Chip. He's my best friend. This is, I don't know your name, and I do have a friend. Rayanne, can you speak to this thingy?
The pseudo dragon?
It's a, I don't know if it is one.
I'm pretty sure that's a pseudo dragon. They
Well,
come through rather frequently, I believe.
It
Oh,
crawls
so
Can't we
around.
just put it back?
It
through?
crawls around your neck, Gak, and like kind of circles Chip, and then kind of gets up on your head and like looks down towards Chip, and Chip just kind of looks up and Robert. And the pseudo dragon's like looking at Chip.
that's
And
just my best friend. Can you tell the dragon that that's my best friend, Chip?
Rian will try in Celestial and in Sylvan, because he speaks both of those. He'll go, that's Chip, pointing at the frog. I don't know if the pseudo dragon speaks either one of those.
Which one did you try? Celestial and what?
Sylvan.
As you say, that's Chip and Sylvan, you see the pseudo dragon just immediately react and look at you. You don't hear a response, but you can see that it definitely knows what you're talking and saying.
And then in common, Gak, I think I can talk to it. You're right. I didn't know I could do that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's Chip and that's Gak.
See the
Hello.
pseudo dragon kind of like walks down Gak's cheek and then like puts its like little salamander eye like right up near Gak's eye, kind of just like staring at him, and just kind of crawls around up on his head, and then like a cat kind of trying to make a spot to lay. You can feel the claws of the pseudo dragon on your bald head, Gak. Just trying to. You can see Gak's skin just kind of be lifted up ever so slightly as it's like, and then it
Is
just
that
kind of
comfortable?
circles and lays
No.
down.
Ooh.
Do you
That's
want me to
fine.
say that? Okay, then I won't say anything.
No, it's okay. Goliaths have like stone. It's fine. It doesn't hurt that bad.
You see the pseudo dragon hiccup and just poof, there's like this little spurt of fire.
Ooh.
When are we
Okay.
supposed to put it back?
Can you ask it if it likes Chip?
Excuse me, do you like Chip? He said yes, he does.
Oh, that's awesome. Chip, do you like it?
You see Chip just kind of like a tree frog just walks up your head, Gak, and then gets up on top of the pseudo dragon. The pseudo dragon like moves out of the way and then crawls down onto the ground as Chip then just plops onto Gak's head.
Yeah, that's Chip's head. That's the head that Chips can sit on.
The pseudo dragon just kind of like starts like doing figure eights in the grass, and then just like bites one of the nearby like fey flowers that have come out of the Feywild, and then just starts eating it.
Is it supposed to do that?
It's probably needs to go back. All right. And in Sylvan, all right, come on, let's go.
Do you start like shooing it, like going up to it and like, come on?
Well, I'm
Go.
like, come here. I'm like, come here. Like, get on my hand.
It takes a couple minutes, maybe like a minute or two.
Yeah.
And it slowly walks over and then puts its first arm or hand
There
on
you go.
yours and then just
There you go.
walks up
All right.
and then quickly runs up your back.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here.
If you get really close to it, I'll just
Let's.
push it in.
Okay. All right. Well, come
I don't
on.
know if that's how we do it.
I mean, you
It
two
was
were
nice to
assigned
meet
here by
you.
Yrsa. You
yeah,
guys.
get close to the rift. Just walk over there, and I'll just.
I think you just put it in, Rian. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Well, it's not my job right now. It's your job.
You're wearing the
You
cloak.
literally were
I don't have a badge
You
yet,
have-
though.
I have it right
working
here.
on it.
Oh,
This is
you
your
do?
training.
Okay.
Get on to
All
it.
right. Okay.
As this
thank
whole
you.
conversation is happening, you hear from behind you. Am I interrupting something?
Rian is gonna be like, "Oh shit," and he's gonna quickly turn around and he's gonna bow his head a little bit and say, "Winds be with you."
And with you. And you see behind all of you is this very beautiful elven woman with this paint that kind of looks like a mask over her face. She has tattoos that go down her face and neck. She has a very dark red brown hair that is braided and has bits and bobs put into it. Looks like everything nature based. She has these antlers that kind of peer out that look like they're attached above her head, and she wears this beautiful green and orange cloak that has this kind of silken transparent trail behind it. As you see Alora Dawnfire, the Tari, the word queen of Lunaria.
Hi, you're not interrupting anything. We're just trying to get this little buddy back into back to his portal hole.
Oh.
Mhm.
And you see that she kind of walks up and like puts her hand out towards the pseudo dragon that's on your neck as it kind of immediately just walks under her arm and says, "Hello, little fella. You have to go back home." And she goes back over to you, Ryan, says, "Here you go." And it just kind of goes into your hand.
Thank you. Thank you. Where was that when I asked you a little bit ago? And Rand will walk back over to the rift and set him down in front of it so he can go back in.
Yeah, and you watch the rift itself is underneath the pond, so you see the pseudo dragon just kind of swim back in and then swim down, and like something sucking it in, just disappears. So I see that Yrsa, I have missed once again her departure. It is nice to meet. What is your names? I'm so sorry.
Hi, I'm Gak.
Hello.
I'm Enid, and yeah, she'll be back. We're just kind of temporarily keeping an eye on it while she goes to talk to Sludge.
And if I'm being honest, I thought she'd be back by now. This has been a really long time, and I just don't know when she's coming back.
I'm sure she'll be back soon. And you, Rian, it's good to see you again.
Thank you. It's great to see you again as well. Yrsa went to... She's trying to strengthen communication between her fellow Rift Wardens. So I believe she is in a marsh right now, speaking to an individual by the name of Sludge.
A fellow Rift Warden, yes. The Sunless Marsh.
Yes. So,
I came here to ask you, Rian, would you walk with me?
yes, of course I will.
Then she starts walking expectantly.
You guys got the rift covered, right?
Yeah.
Better than you, so.
We got it covered. Also, what was her name? I don't know if she said.
Alora.
Lori. Okay.
And just watching her get further away. All right, sure. And Brienne will go to catch up.
Lori's real nice.
Yeah, she was really helpful.
As you catch up Rian, she just seems to be walking this path through the scenery of Lunaria, as she says to you. Again, it is good to see you, Rian. I hope your travels away from Lunaria have been well.
Dangerous, but we made it out the other end, so as well as it can go.
Well, we are glad to have you back for whatever time you spend here.
As am I.
How is she?
The journey has been difficult for her in more ways than one. You know, Yrsa, she is so loving to every creature. And on our journey, she was hurt very badly. She tried very hard to help someone, and they had no interest in being helped. And it hurt her deeply. She has been on the mend, though, and those parts of life that were covered up by bramble, they begin to peel away, and hopefully in time she'll be back to the Yrsa that you know.
Well, I rest well knowing that you are traveling with her. She has not been away from Lunaria for, well, many years. I'm glad to know that your journey, with its obstacles, have been, well.
Yes, as
Is
I
there
said.
something on your mind?
No, no. I'm happy to be back in Lunaria, and I wish I could stay for longer. But the journey ahead of us is very perilous.
You speak of the rifts.
Yes, I am not, my understanding is very limited. I wish Yursa or a companion of ours, Gideon, were here to explain it. They understand it and are able to explain it very well, but as I understand it, the wall between not just the rifts and the material plane, but the entire veil, wall, all of it's thinning. And it's becoming more and more common that rifts are opening. And sadly, the only people that really can do anything about it is us. So, we have quite the journey ahead of us after we depart from Lunaria. It weighs heavy on me, but I know that we'll succeed because, in all honesty, we don't have any other choice. Failure is not an option.
Well, a dangerous journey ahead of you there is. But you are not without allies and friends. I wanted to speak to you because I have information that could be helpful. But information that I fear might hurt. Yes, sir.
All right.
The individual that led the attack on Lunaria. We know the location. Vandarin. I'm told their name is.
That's correct.
Elindar has been very adamant about tracking this person. But I will not let him leave Lunaria. They currently reside in Theristir.
Right. Theristir. And then, Jan, where is that on the map? Oh, okay, Theristir. Got it. Oh, God. Okay.
Theristir is known as the mountain wall city of Valamine. It is built into the wall of a mountain that cuts off communications with Valamine. It's one of the stronghold cities that Valamine uses when they're attacked.
Okay. All right. Do you have any idea of what he's up to, what he's doing there?
Our informants believe that he has set up a camp of soldiers at Crest Basin on that rift that opened. He has left them to further his research back home. They're siphoning power from that rift. I don't know what they're attempting to do with it.
And I think whenever we choose to depart, I suppose then we should head to Theristir then. I don't know what he's doing. I don't think anyone does. Vandrin is not a good man. and especially with rift magic, he should not be left to his own devices. Is there any other information you have on this? If not, that is all right, but
That is the knowledge that I have.
very well. Well, thank you, Alora. I'm grateful that you would share this with me, and I will share it with all of our companions when we reunite.
I know that you will hold this information until the time is right. That is why I trusted you with it.
Thank you. Is there anything you would ask of me?
Everything I would ask of you, you are already doing.
Good to know.
I'm sure we will have more conversations when Yursa returns.
I'm sure. Thank you for this information, and I suppose winds be with you. And he will bow and
with you. So as that conversation is kind of coming to an end, back at Yursa's hut, Enid and Gak, you kind of sit there in silence. Rian has been gone for probably 5 minutes at this point. Is there anything you guys want to discuss or talk about or do while just kind of waiting here?
I don't think Enid has anything in particular. I think she might be like sitting next to Kak and like humming, trying to like remember that melody very well from like the dawn, and just being like do 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 do.
Gak is he's probably humming along and messing Enid up on accident. He's going na do do dee da da do dee da do dee.
Oh
dee da
gosh,
da do.
I thought melodies were supposed to be easy to remember.
I don't know. I don't think I just kind of make them up as we go.
As you sit there, you feel a rumble in the ground.
Uh-oh.
As the rumble happens, you see the pond start to shift and ripple, not only from the shaking, but you see that the rift itself
Gak, did Yursa say anything about this before she left?
you see the rift slightly open further, and
No, I think we need to back up.
Oh shit, yeah.
what you see first is just this elongated head poke out of the rift. Its large mouth with these bucked teeth open and these bugged white eyes looking around, as ascending is this long neck that seems to continue on forever, as eventually you see wings that kind of shrink themselves through, and it kind of grabs and pushes itself up. As it keeps pushing itself up, you see its hind legs push it up even further. This green-skinned, hairy-looking, bug-eyed, giraffe-looking dragon that kind of just peers out, goes up, and its head peers out of the water as you hear this horrible screech. The rumbling stops, and you see before you, if I can do this correctly, a creature that looks like this.
Uh-oh.
It's just, is it just hanging out?
No. So
No! Oh, shit.
as it comes out of the water, it looks around, makes this screech. The rumbling stops. The key thing about this, not only this creature, but you see the rift really hasn't opened larger. It seems that it kind of shrinks back. However, as it sees both of you, it screeches and quickly rushes out of the water. Its wings unfurl and it tries to pick itself up as you see this creature start to make its way towards both of you. I need you to roll initiative.
Okay. Are you ready, Nick? Like,
Yeah. I will
Wait.
say, can I not use a spell, but cast a spell before initiative starts? Because my thought was, as soon as this thing was coming out, Gak was going to cast Bigby's hand to be prepared to like drag the guy back into the.
Okay, John, I
Yeah.
didn't click the Foundry connecty thingy, but I rolled a natural 20. Do you want me to re-roll after I click it, or can I keep
No,
my
that's fine.
natural 20
That's
for
fine.
initiative? Okay,
That's fine.
thank you. I clicked the thingy now.
Godspeed to you all.
Oh my god.
I'm just excited to see what you guys have to deal with.
A Jabberwock! Oh my god. Nice.
21 on
Looking glass.
initiative. Oh,
Just
shit.
do the Jabberwocky poem and you'll be okay.
Right.
I don't
You got
know it.
a natural 20, which is plus what to your initiative?
It should have been 4.
Plus
So
more
tw-
than him. Yeah.
24, so 34 total.
Yep.
Natural 1 for
great.
Gak.
Balance in all things.
But that's okay, because I got the Bigby's hand thing, so it's kind of like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, I'll say you conjured over here. Yeah, welcome to Yursa's hut, guys. This is what it looks like.
Gak feels very at home.
Rian, you are making your way back at this point, but you
Yeah.
will not be here for 2 rounds.
Okay, I'll come in riding Hikari so I get there faster.
Okay, all right.
Is he here, or is he?
Which I'm assuming that's why I get there in 2 rounds, because you said we walked away for about 5 minutes. So
Yeah,
that's
Is
cool.
there
So-
anyone else nearby?
no.
Good.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing, because
They
I just needed to know if we
die.
were going to protect somebody or not.
Okay. Okay, so this thing starts running towards you. Oh wait, Enid, you're up first. Sorry.
yeah. Okay.
Hold your damn horses, John.
Sorry, dude.
All right. So. Oh man, I don't know if Enid has much besides. Definitely got more hit points than that. Besides attacking, she doesn't really have anything to like restrain. Yep, best judgment, she's gonna fucking attack it. She's going to see. Is this bush large enough for her to hide behind, or is it like bush size?
This bush right here is bush size. This is a tree you could hide
Oh,
behind.
I don't know if I can get behind the tree. I guess I could hide behind the hut. Maybe. Or I could just do something else with my bonus action and not have sneak attack this round. Maybe we'll do that. Sure, yeah, we'll do that. She's going to activate her Boots of Haste because running probably is gonna be helpful. So that's gonna be her bonus action.
Okay.
And then she's going to. This might be a bad idea as well, but she's gonna run. If I can. Oh, the game is paused, my dude.
My bad.
Okay, thank you. She's gonna run over here, not hiding. And then she's going to throw or do her attack action on it. And while she's doing that, she's gonna yell, "Gak, I'm not sure what else to do." And so she's going to throw her attacker.
Ah!
Well,
Alright,
the
make
first
your
one
attack.
probably misses because that's a 10 to hit.
That does miss.
Oh my god, next one's an 11 to hit, so
Miss.
not good.
The surprise and kind of horror of seeing this creature just kind of has you thrown off a little bit, Enid. You throw your first 2 strikes, you miss, and you get to your point, and you're like, fuck, okay, all right.
And now I'm here. Yeah, that's kind of where she's at. So, good round, Fel. All right, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, it is the Jabberwock's turn. Yep, we have a Jabberwock. So it is going to. You did not hide, correct?
No, I did not.
Cool. So it looks in your direction, Enid, as you threw these daggers at it. You watch these bulbous white eyes just look in your direction. It starts to look down first, and you see the eyes turn fiery white as it, within 120 feet in a line, it shoots fire from its eyes. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good. I have evasion.
Nice. Good job.
Dex.
Rogues.
Rogues. Oh man, I cannot roll for shit. That's a 10. Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll still take half damage.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Not that bad. You take half damage, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll take 13 points of fire damage as
Okay.
this thing just shoots a beam of fire from its eyes, kind of cleaving the area in this straight line right here, kind of leaving this indent in the ground itself, where you can see it almost created a trench from this laser beam from its eyes.
Oh my god.
It is going to immediately use its movement. It flies over and lands down behind you. Its giraffe long neck, kind of just like a snake, looks towards you. Enid, it looks like this creature, it's locked onto you.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's see. Yep. So as it does get closer, you can hear this. It's like kind of making this like gibberish, like babbling. It's not making any common words or anything. It just sounds like it's just babbling it to itself, and it's like echoing in the area. But that is its turn. Gak, it is your turn.
Okay. Also, I'm assuming that there's no attack of opportunity with Bigby's hand.
No.
I was trying to read it, and it says that the hand moves, like it mimics the movement of your own hand. But I don't think that would. Still, I don't think that would.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So, yeah, as a bonus action, you can move the hand, all that kind of stuff.
Can you move the hand up here?
Actually,
you know what? I'll try to give you permission for it. I lied. I can't.
That's okay. I might not move the hand yet.
Actually, I can.
Oh.
Yeah, try to move that.
Yeah, that works.
Nice.
So Gak, he opens up a spell book and flips through it. He's going to use a bonus action and cast telekinetic shove on the Jabberwock to go away from Enid, like this direction.
Does telekinetic shove work on creatures that are on huge creatures?
It says you can try to telekinetically shove one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must succeed on a strength save or be moved 5 feet toward you or away from you.
Okay, cool. So it's just, it doesn't matter about its size. Cool. So what save?
It is a DC 16 strength.
Strength? Okay, cool. It's exactly a 16.
So, no?
No.
Okay.
You try to shove it and you just see it barely moves.
Hey!
Effective.
Gak will say that. Does it turn to look at him at all?
Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
I will say you haven't thrown any spells at the creature
Yeah.
or done anything to try to injure. Okay.
Natural 20.
Gax says, hey, hey, hey. And the Jabberwock, its neck is almost like surrounding Enid like a snake, flicks backwards towards you, Gak, and you just hear this, this like gibberish.
Nice. Gak is holding a spellbook in his hand, and he's gonna cast a new spell, Mislead.
Okay, what does that do?
Gak becomes invisible at the same time that an illusory double of Gak appears where he was standing. The double lasts for the duration, which is up to an hour, but the invisibility ends if I attack or cast a spell. And I can use my action to move the illusory double up to twice my speed and make it gesture, speak, and behave in whatever way you choose.
Okay, so there is something that I forgot at the start of your turn, which is, it's fine. I'm gonna get rid of this invis. Oh, not both of you. Fuck! Whatever. I'm gonna... Can I put like some cool stuff on this one to make sure it's the invis one?
Hopefully you can put it on
let's
just
see.
one of them.
Yeah. Let's do like a little purple light thing, and then do dim for 5, and then boom.
Nice.
There we go. I will say, I forgot this effect that the Jabberwock has. I was babbling off. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, guy.
Okay. No.
We're doing great.
That is a 5.
Okay, cool. Nothing happens to you. You
Okay.
continue to cast a spell.
So as Gak casts it, he just says,
Come get me, you dummy.
and then I think since that was an action, I can't move it yet. It says I could use my action to move, but I'm assuming that means on subsequent turns. Or does that mean during this?
Let's go with subsequent turns.
Okay, so as that happens, real Gak is gonna run this way.
Okay.
And illusory Gak is right there.
Awesome.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Oh my god, Okay. I have to update your combatant.
I can also choose to see through its eyes.
Okay, cool. So on the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action to... Never mind, you're not within range. Enid, you're up.
All right. I think that is that a bonus action? I need to check. Sorry.
You're good.
Oh, I could have done things. I'm figuring things out. Okay. All right. I think she's going to actually bonus action use her teleporting ability to teleport into Big Bigby's hand, if that's possible.
Oh, what?
I think technically.
Because isn't
I
it a
think Bigby's-
surface?
Yeah, but I think Bigby's hand went away because it was a concentration spell,
Oh,
and then Mislead is
Yep.
also a concentration.
well, there you go.
That's fine. I'm gonna do other things.
Okay.
Okay, she's going to... This is a terrible idea, but I'm gonna do it. She's going to... So she has an extra attack, or extra action with the Boots of Haste that I realized. So she's going to...
Click the Boots of Haste.
I mean, I already activated them last
Okay.
turn. I just didn't use them
Okay.
correctly. So I'm gonna do 4 attacks
Oh, shit.
on him.
Okay.
None of them are to sneak, so no fucking worries there.
Nope.
Okay, 21 to hit for the first one.
Hit.
20 to hit for the second one.
Hit.
A natural 20 on the third one.
Okay. Alright.
And then 14 for the last one.
Miss. So roll
Okay.
damage for the 3.
So for the first one, second one, and then how do you do crits? Do you do it just like Joe, where it's
Yeah.
max and then roll
max
again?
the dice and yeah.
Okay, so that's
So 7
plus.
minus 6, and then your
So that's-
psychic damage is a D4 plus 4, so 8 plus 5.
Yeah.
13 on the crit. Cool.
Okay. Now, do I have his attention again?
Yes, the Jabberwock turns around after being sliced 3 times. Oh, fuck. I need you to roll a charisma saving throw. I keep forgetting this.
Okay.
As it's burbling
Burbling.
in, in the area.
14.
That is a failure.
Okay. If it's a charm thing, I have disadvantage, or the disadvantage against. I have advantage or something because I'm an elf.
Is not a charm.
Okay.
I will say I'm not going to do the full effect of this one because I already screwed it up and you already rolled your damage. But at the end of your turn, you're going to move your full movement in a random direction.
What is my full movement with haste now? Or boots
A
of
lot.
haste? 'Cause my
It's a lot.
Yeah, I know. My
Better
movement
look up
was.
what your swimming speed is.
Yeah. Well.
She's so fast she runs across the water.
So what is it? Okay. While you wear the boots, bonus action
Doubles your movement.
doubles my speed, so I have 60 movement speed.
Cool. All right. Well, that
she
was that all of
wouldn't
your
know.
attacks?
That was all my attacks. I was going to bonus action disengage and go into the water.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a random direction for this. So the creature, the thing says that the creature does nothing except use its full movement to move in a random direction. Says you already rolled to do your damage and everything. You're not gonna. You already did things on your turn, so you're gonna move away, disengage, which is fine.
Okay.
But it is gonna be random.
Okay.
So, let's
That's
see.
wild.
Okay. So you are going to move this way.
Okay, 60 feet that way.
Yeah. As you
Just
start, as
bolts.
you turn
Okay.
around to, as you disengage and turn around to go run into the water, you feel your legs almost comically like turn to the side as your body's facing one way, your legs are another way, and they just, you just bolt off in a direction.
Amazing. All right. That was
Okay.
my turn.
It is the Jabberwock's turn. It did not regain its what the fuck is this thing called? Fiery gaze. However, it is going to. It seems that now you are the target, Enid. It is going to fly over, land here, and it is going to take 2 rend attacks at you.
Are those like like it's not area effect, right? It's like they have
It's
to
melee.
swing.
Yep.
Okay, so the first hit has disadvantage, or the first it's disadvantage till they hit.
Cool.
No, if they disadvantage from the first one. For the
This
belt
is the
of
cloak of this.
displacement. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's as long as it's active until someone hits you.
Or I think it's until the
Until they hit you with with an attack, and then it's completely gone.
until my next turn.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, that makes
16 to hit.
Miss because my
The first one?
AC with haste boots is 19.
Okay. Well, the second one is 19 exactly.
Did they swing with disadvantage?
Yep. The second thing that
Okay.
I rolled was 29 total, so it was a 19 to 29. So you take 27 points of damage as this thing just kind of reels its head back and just slams into you. Let's see. I'm gonna roll to recharge.
I was feeling so good. About
Does not recharge. Gak, you're up.
Okay. Gak is going to, from where he is, he has his hands open on a spell, and he just goes,
I don't know if this is gonna work, but I don't know what else to do.
and he's going to cast Magic Circle. Now, Magic Circle, it says choose one or more of the following types of creatures, so he chooses all of them in hopes that this is one of them.
Okay.
Nick does not think it is, but we will see. So it celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
It is none of those.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But regardless, a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder of magical energy appears around the Jabberwock, and Gak's like,
I did it.
Oh.
Okay.
and his illusory vision goes away, and he's now visible.
Okay. All right. Let me. We're just gonna fill this with a color. Boom. Okay. So the Gak clone goes away.
Yeah,
All
because
right,
that was
you are no longer
concentration,
invisible.
and it stays until he casts a spell or attacks.
Yep.
So he's just there. He did that thing, and he's going to, he's gonna run around the cabin. This will be 15, and then another 15 from here. If it'll let me do it, dang it. 15 from probably right there.
Okay. Awesome.
And that's where he'll end.
Fuck! I keep forgetting this.
Yes, I will.
Oh
roll
my god! Yeah,
a
charisma
charisma.
saving throw. It's a fail. Nothing happens to you, Gak. However, it is going to use a legendary action to make another rend attack at Enid. This is not a disadvantage because it hit you. It's a 28 to hit,
Yeah.
and you will take 16 points of damage.
And is
Okay.
that on Gak's turn?
That was a legendary action.
Yeah, after Gak's turn.
Okay, so he wouldn't have seen it necessarily,
Right.
unless there's windows.
Correct. At this point, at the combat round 3, Rian, you are riding in on Hikari. You are down here. Roll initiative.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. That's a big dragon thing. Initiative. Clickety clackety. Nope, not very good. 12.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, what's that?
Nothing. I'm talking to myself.
Okay. Enid, you are up.
Okay. All right. She is going to bonus action use her teleport ability. Yep. To teleport into the water.
Okay.
And then she's going to yell out to make sure it sees her. And she's like, "Ah, try and get me now, bitch!" Does it see her? Is its attention back on her?
It seems like its attention never left.
Okay, sweet.
As you teleport, you see its head and neck just kind of turn straight around and look at you.
Okay. She is going to hold her breath and dive down into the water like she's swimming down into the rift. Not very far, just far enough to get, like, submerged. Turn invisible. And then, I don't know what her swim speed is. Is it half her movement speed?
Half your movement, yeah.
Okay, so that's 60. So then I would
I will
like
say
to...
that the rift is 60 feet down.
Yeah, just enough so the thing thinks she's swimming down into the rift. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
And instead of actually continuing down, she's gonna so basically she's gonna dive and then actually turn invisible and then swim to shore. Does that make sense?
Correct.
So it thinks she went into the water.
How far down did you go in the water?
Maybe like, I mean, realistically, like a person only swims about like what 5 to 10 feet deep, maybe like a good swimmer. So like maybe around somewhere like 6 feet, just
Okay.
enough.
So the DC won't be too high, but I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
As you dive under, you feel the rift start to try to
Oh.
pull you in.
Natural 20.
Okay. Enid, as you dive under the water and turn invisible, this split-second decision, you come to realize, oh shit, as you feel this like grabbing and like almost sucking sensation as the rift almost seems to try to pull you into it. You lose like a buckle from one of your belts that just kind of breaks off and like gets sucked into the rift and disappears. You swim back up with the natural 20 and get across no problem.
Okay.
Luckily, not being sucked into the rift of the Feywild.
All right, that's her turn. She's invisible though, so hopefully the thing is going after her down into the rift.
Awesome,
I
cool.
Train of thought.
So for comedic effect, what's going on over at Stormhold Keep, guys?
You have any 5s?
No.
God damn it.
You gave me a shitty hand. I don't know what else to tell you.
No,
Do you have
apparently gave you a good
2s?
hand. Yes, I have 2s.
Give them.
Have you gotten every single one right up to this point?
I'm a demigod.
That has nothing to do with card game luck.
I guess that just means that I'm lucky.
Sure.
Your turn.
Or you're cheating.
I would never cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Just for clarity, it's been like an hour after the earthquake. You guys have checked around. There's no rift, so you started playing Go Fish.
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect.
Cool. So back to the Feywild rift, guys. At Stormhold Keep, they're going and playing Go Fish. It is now the Jabberwock's turn. Let's see if it rolls to recharge. And it does. Enid, as you swim across, you're invisible. You see the Jabberwock move this way. And it looked directly at you.
What?
Seems like this thing has true sight.
Enid's going to throw her arms up and be like, Jesus Christ! So she's like wringing out her braid from
As
the water.
the eyeballs glow, and it is going to, in the 120-foot line,
Nice knowing
I need you to
guys.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, 25. If that's a pass, I take no damage.
That is a pass, Enid. With
Okay.
evasion, you see
Yeah.
the eyes glow as this laser of fire strikes across the the pond itself, striking near you. You dodge out of the way as it incinerates one of the trees behind you, turning it to dust. It is going to use the rest of its movement to fly across. Actually, let me make sure. Fly 60. It flies here. It is 10 feet in the air above the thing.
And she needs
That's
to
it.
make a charisma save.
It's on the start of their turn.
Oh.
Not the Jabberwocks. Yeah, I keep forgetting it. It's the start of your turn within 30 feet. I'll say that.
Oh, within 30. I thought it was if you attacked.
No, sorry.
Okay.
Rian, you're up.
Yeah, cool. Let's do it. So let me double check Hikari's movement speed. 30 feet. Cool. Doo-doo-doo. That's Rian's movement speed. Well, the only fighter on RWA that will be using his bow.
Yes, do it.
All right.
Please.
He's gonna look at his sword and be like,
Not today.
Actually, wait a minute. What's this? This is 30 more feet. That's 50 feet. That's 80 feet total. Actually, wait a minute. Let me do a little looky.
All right, do a little looky.
I'm gonna do a little looky right now.
Do a little dance.
So, it's flying right now, right?
It is.
So a flying creature, when its movement speed is reduced to 0, it drops, right?
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh my god, dude. Okay, this could either be really cool or fine. Okay, so I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Ensnaring Strike on myself.
Okay.
So concentration up to 1 minute. The next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack, bow counts. A writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact. Must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines till the spell ends. A large creature or larger has advantage on the saving throw. So it's got advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
I ain't trying to conceal, but it will do an extra 2d6 damage. So, however, I do have 2 attacks, so it's for 1 minute, so it'll be both attacks. All right.
Awesome.
Boom. First attack. 18 to hit.
That just hits.
Nice. So, plus doot doot. Oh wow. So that'll be 13 points of damage total, all piercing. And then it needs to make a DC 16 strength saving throw.
Did that work? There we go. Well, it succeeds.
Okay.
Because it rolled a 27 and then a natural 20, so
Woo!
40 total.
Okay. All right. Cool. Second shot. Pew.
Yep.
23 to hit.
Hits. Roll damage.
Okay. And then that'll be 18 points of damage total on that one.
Hell yeah. And then another strength save.
Yep. Another strength save with advantage.
Succeeds. This
All
thing's
right, cool.
very strong.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yep. That was everything.
Okay.
I will say, as he's coming in and like casting the spell and drawing the arrows back, he's gonna shout out, "I left all of you here for 5 minutes, and this is what I come back to."
It's gonna use a legendary.
It was peaceful, Jesus Christ!
That!
It's going to use all
Person!
3 of its legendary actions to wing attack Enid. You need to make a dexterity saving throw, Enid.
Does a 12 succeed?
That is a failure.
I will still take half.
Okay, so you take 5 points of damage and you are knocked prone. So not too bad. Could be worse.
Thanks, God.
Prone. Okay. Oh, you're invisible too, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Well, so no, because it's an area effect. It was a dex save. Yeah, never mind. And it could see me anyway. Never mind. It's got true sight.
Gak, you're up.
All right. Gak is running here, and he is going to cast Wall of Fire.
Okay.
Up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter. If I have to choose one of those two, how high above the water is this?
10.
10 feet. I'm gonna choose the ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter.
Okay.
But can I do it so instead of it being like circular around him, it's circular, like sticking partially in the water and partially out of the water, so it's like vertical.
Okay.
I don't know how to visualize that on the map, but basically as little of it as possible is above the water, so it's trapping him between the water and fire coming from above the water. Do you know what I mean?
This? So like he's inside of the ring?
I don't know how to describe it. You know,
Like an arch?
yeah.
Like
Oh, like the bottom half is in the water and the top half is like arching out of the water?
Yeah, so it's like...
So the circle is flipped sideways?
Yeah, it's like vertical.
Okay.
And then
So
there's a little... Most of it's underwater, but a little bit is above water. So it's just enough to like keep him trapped between water and fire.
Okay, so I will say that it's going to be a 20-foot... If it's 20-foot diameter, I'll just do a 20-foot line here.
Okay.
So this is the half that's coming out of the water, right?
Yeah.
And below him is also just fire. So
technically he could go forward or back to get out of it, but it's very, very close as it can be.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's probably on him a little bit because when you create a wall of fire, if each creature within its area must make a dex save when it appears.
Okay. Let's go with this one. Boom. Okay. So it needs to make a dex save?
Yeah, 16.
Awesome. It fails.
Nice.
Nice.
Take 5d8 fire damage, baby.
All right, roll.
It's rolling. It rolled on... Okay, here we go.
Woo!
Nice. Is that... Wait. 32 times... Okay, no. I thought that was max on everything, and I was like, wait a second. But no.
That would be crazy.
That would have been 40. So it's max if it was a 48. That's crazy.
As the fire emanates out from the water, arcing up and kind of connecting to itself, as the circle starts underneath and connects to itself, it almost connects inside of the Jabberwock itself. As it takes that damage, you hear it burbling and screaming out in pain. It's not looking good.
Nice. And yeah, can I bonus action telekinetic shove and try to pull it underwater?
Is telekinetic shove a spell or feature?
It's a feature.
Then I don't see why not. You can try.
Nice. So yeah, it must succeed on a strength save of 16, so it probably will, but... Also,
Yes,
it says it can
25.
be moved 5 feet toward me or away from me, but I am assuming that means that I can just move it in a direction.
Okay.
But either
Yeah,
way, it succeeded.
It succeeded. All right.
That's
Is that your turn? All right. Enid, you're up. You're prone, invisible, and hasted. It sees you.
Yeah. She's going to yell out to Rian, "Can we kill it?"
Rian seems to be not hearing you from how far you
Oh
are.
yeah, Joe.
His old ears can't hear that far.
Did we receive instruction not to kill anything?
fuck him up, Enid.
Yursa did say, Yursa and Willow both said sometimes you might have to kill things
Okay.
if they're hostile and they won't go back in.
Okay. She's going to get up. She's
Okay.
going to bonus action hide in the bushes.
Okay, I need you to make a stealth check.
Yeah. Please. Okay. 22.
All right, let's see if it sees you. It does not.
Perfect. And then she's gonna hop back out and sneak attack.
So dumb.
I know.
Aha!
Aha! All right.
I was here the whole time. All right.
The first one, please hit, because you're the sneak attack. 19.
That's a hit.
Okay, let's see if the sneak attack kills it. So that's the full damage. So 32 points of damage.
Okay, Enid, how do you want to do this?
Nice. Okay, she's going to get up. She's still invisible. She's gonna hide in the bush. She's going to then, kind of with her boots of haste. I think it'd be really cool if she like clicks them to make sure they're all charged up and ready, and then she's just gonna mad dash, jump, and then like while she's over the water jumping, she's gonna throw the dagger, turn uninvisible, and then fall into the water as it gets stabbed. You know what? Let's slice off its neck, right through the neck. Its head falls like Hercules. So.
And this is when you realize it's a Hydra.
I was gonna say, maybe not exactly like Hercules. Maybe not that example.
Just like that, yeah.
So as you come back out and start running towards it, you see it's tracking you the whole time. As you jump up, using their boots of haste, you almost feel like you're flying. As you throw the first psionic dagger into its throat, you see its throat open up and this spurt of green-blue blood. As it starts to gurgle and burble to itself, you almost seem to like double jump mid-air as you jump once again with the haste and slice through it, turning from invisible. As you see the head get lobbed off, at this point you see the creature, its head's still off but starts to burble and eventually stop as the body of this creature hits the water, this ripple over this pond. As it starts to go further down, I need you to make a strength saving throw, Enid, as you hit in the water. But you see the Jabberwock's body just get sucked back into the Feywild Rift and disappear.
And it goes through the fire as it does so.
Yeah.
It does.
19 for my strength save.
Okay, so you're able to swim back out. We'll say your fire, Gak, actually cuts its wing in two. Like a wing gets lobbed off. So it's in 3 pieces as it just gets sucked back into the Feywild Rift. And with that, the Jabberwock is dead.
On the other side of the portal is its mom. I hope our son has a good adventure.
Oh
my god!
I
She's
can't
going
wait for them
Gone
to
for
meet.
24 seconds.
I can't wait for them to meet Yosa. She's so friendly.
Oh my god.
Good thing she speaks Jabberwock.
Couldn't understand the
so
Jabberwock just
funny.
came out and it was just like, hey, where's Ursa at? Who are you guys? Did you kill her? And it starts attacking you.
Oh my god. Well, Enid, after she gets out of the water, wringing
But they
out her
have
braids.
badges. They have the
We
cloak
do have badges.
and the badges.
She's going to
They're colorblind.
throw her hands down and say, I don't like this job.
When is Yersa coming back?
Yeah.
She didn't tell us this would take so long.
I need a vacation from that. Oh my god.
You know,
Hey, Rian.
did you guys
No, we
do
didn't
anything?
do anything.
Okay.
No, we didn't. We sat here.
That's fine. I believe you. I believe you. Just as strange that, as soon as I walked away, there's something. But I believe you. I believe that you didn't do anything.
Hey, Rian.
Yeah.
I'd tell you if we did something.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. All right. You didn't do anything.
Oh, you believe Gak, but not me?
Yeah.
Enid is frustrated and she's going inside the hut.
Enid,
She's
your
done.
job's lying.
That's yeah.
And she's gonna slam the door shut.
It's funny. She was like that as a kid too.
Oh, did you know her as a kid?
Gak doesn't say that. Gak's not a dumbass.
I would like those who are not I guess Enid wouldn't know anything about this anyways. Rian and Gak, go ahead and make a just make a general wisdom check.
Okay.
No.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Not very good anymore.
Worse.
Oh, not Gek, you're supposed to be good at those.
So what you ascertain is you see as you kind of look down into the pond where the rift is, you felt the rumbling. All of you did. The last time you felt this rumble, a rift to the abyss opened. It looks like the rift to the Feywild goes back to normal. Doesn't look like it opens any further. Gak, you are able to kind of notice that when that rumble happened, it seemed that it did affect the current rift here, but they might not be connected. That's all you ascertain.
So the rumble might not be connected to the current rift we're at.
It seems that the rumble, yeah, it's probably connected to some other one.
Gotcha.
But it seems that rumble affected this rift in some way that allowed this creature to get through, and then it went back to normal.
Gotcha.
Well, you felt that thing that happened with the ground.
Mm-hmm. I did.
I don't know if it was this. It reminds me of the last time that the rift opened. That went to Abyss.
It's interesting.
But I mean, I did see, like, I was looking when this thing was rumbling. We came out and looked at it, and the rift in the water it got bigger when this thing came out, and then it got smaller after it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been it.
Maybe. I don't know. That is concerning. I wonder if Yursa experienced anything. And she's at the with Sludge. Do you think we should? I mean, do you know if it's close enough? Are you able to tell?
I haven't been rifting too long, so I don't know how close it was.
That's fine.
It's just, I don't know. It doesn't seem. I feel like the was way too dramatic for just this guy to come out. But maybe not.
Maybe.
I know that Yursa said it's a dangerous job and all that stuff, but like, personally, I just feel like that probably doesn't happen all the time.
No, it's not incredibly frequent. Most of the time, it's just the pseudo dragons and other small creatures like this. So it is very strange that.
Let's just hope it doesn't happen again.
Yes, let's hope.
I don't know your sister that well, but I do think that if it was just her here, that would have been kind of scary.
Oh, I'm sure Willow is very capable, but I'm sure it would have been very scary.
I'll have a lot to tell them when they get back.
We do. Hopefully they get back sooner rather than later.
With that, I will say, Yelendor does It's probably 2 minutes or 3 minutes after this encounter happens. He does show up and check on everyone. But time passes. I will ask. I know that Enid and Gak are staying here until Yrsa gets back. Is Rian heading back to Hammerford? I will say it's been 2 days later.
Oh, 2 days. Yeah, he should probably get back to Humberfort.
Okay.
And he'll let Enid know that whenever Yrsa does get back, that she should, when she can, come to Humberfort.
Okay. I will say around the third day. So the next day is probably third or fourth day is when Yrsa will return. But obviously we don't have a Yrsa here, so we will wait on that. However, during the next 2 days, Yolindar does stay near the rift, kind of seeing the concerns of what this creature that just came out of the rift was, that something happened. It seems that the what are known within Lunaria, the Tavar, or the Blades of the Forest, it seems that they have created a regiment near the rift itself. So Enid and Gak, you don't feel so alone right now taking care of this rift, should something come back out. However, before we move forward the 2 days, we head back to the keep. As we get back to the keep, Gideon, you continue your work with Clara. Basil, what are you doing as you're at the keep?
She probably would have spent some of her time, not being up Gideon's ass or anything. Probably just roaming the grounds, tending to her and Yrsa's newfound garden. Getting to know the people who've been taking care of it while we've been there. I know that she was working with some of the clerics. So she probably would have spent her time. I know we kind of talked about it'll take her more than a month for sure, but studying on how to make her own healing potions. So that's definitely some of what she'd be doing.
Okay. Yeah, kind of studying in the library of Shardina, taking that time, also going back to the Temple of the Raven Queen, talking to those people, kind of honing your magics a little bit more. You start to feel a little bit more comfortable with your healing magic and just your magic in general, that connection to the divine nature of the Raven Queen. Throughout this time, obviously, there are many ravens that show up acknowledging your presence. There's no contact with the Raven Queen herself. Again, it is hard to do that when every time she does so, divine gates thin even more. Gideon, back at the keep, you continue your process with this item over the next 2 days. You get to a point with it. You almost get to a point where the enchantment is holding. There have been multiple times where you go to place the enchantment and the actual frame of the item gets shot across the room itself. Luckily, this thing is made out of a very sturdy metal. As it hits the wall, you kind of have to go back to the drawing board, rewrite your blueprints for your enchantment. At one point, you get the enchantment halfway done and you go to use it, and the enchantment and those individual items that connect through the magic kind of just fall off to the ground, and you have to relay the metal spiral that you created towards them. There's definitely, you're now in the process of getting the formula down correctly. You know that the enchantment won't take the most time once you get that down, but you are continuing to do so. However, I will say, Basil, as you are in your room within the keep, and Gideon, you are eating lunch at this point, Clara will knock on your door, Basil.
You'll put down her tea and book, whatever she's reading, and go open the door.
Hey,
Hey.
yeah, so someone's at the door for you? Well, not you specifically, but like everyone as a whole.
The front door?
The front door, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Basil, bare feet, comfy clothes, tea in her hand. She's gonna waddle over to the front door
Okay.
and open it.
As you open it, you see a very astute-looking gentleman who has his chest up to the sky. He has this very poofy hat with a feather in it. You can see that he's wearing regal attire, but also holds a scroll in his hand and looks to be some sort of courier. As he looks to you and says, "Excuse me, are you the lady of the land?"
I am a lady of the land, handsome. What can I help you with?
"I have a letter for you and the lords and ladies of the new keep of Stormhold." And he releases the scroll.
Oh.
And
she reads it, or he reads it.
yeah, he reads it out loud. "To the new lords of Stormhold Keep, we would like to formally invite you to a night of festivities, fun, and revelry as we celebrate Harvest Tide. The festival will begin 6 p.m. on Marpanath the 1st. Please send word to the Red Keep Castle 1 week before the festivities with your response. Sincerely, Lord and Lady Loramont." And he removes the scroll and hands it to you.
That's very kind. Could you do me a favor and tell me how many days until it is going to be?
Yes, my lady. It is about 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks. Okay, perfect. I will make sure to pass it along as soon as everybody else gets back.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. And he kind of wraps himself up and just starts walking off.
I imagine him like the scarecrow from Howl's Moving Castle.
Nice.
Gideon, you would have heard the commotion.
Gideon! And she'll start running down the hallway, waving it in the air until she gets to his room or wherever he's at. We got invited to a party!
Ow! Just quickly opens the door. What?
Oh, were you sleeping?
No, I was working. It
Oh.
didn't. No, what?
We got invited to a party
Oh,
in 2
Bye.
weeks.
it's not vampires, is it?
To be determined. We got invited, and it's in 2 weeks, and we get to dress up, which I know that you love to do. She takes a glance at his clothes. Well, you normally like to do. How are you feeling?
I'm just trying to get the kinks worked out. It's challenging, but I knew it would be. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to create, so it is a understandably rewarding but frustrating process.
Are you hungry, thirsty, or anything?
Not particularly. Are you all right?
I'm always fine. Do you want to hang out?
Do you want to hang out?
God damn it, Gideon! I'm trying to hang out with you!
You can come in.
Hold
Why-
on. And
why you
she's
just
gonna
say
turn
that?
around and leave. You see her running down the hallway, down the stairs, and after a few minutes she comes back up and she has a giant bottle
He's-
of whiskey.
He's
in her
still
hand.
standing in the door right where you left him.
While Basil is gone, Clara is still back there. Shit. Is Basil going to help us? Fuck! And you hear just,
No, I.
sorry,
Ooh.
everything's fine. You just
Are
see
you
smoke
Got the
from behind.
alcohol!
As you get there, you see smoke kind of like behind Gideon.
Oh. It sounds like we need this. She's
Clara,
gonna like
open
barge
a
her
window.
way through into your room. Clara, would
already
you
open,
like
Gideon.
some alcohol?
Yes, and she walks over to you, takes the goggles off, takes it, swigs, hands it back to you. And then
Basil takes-
you see her make a gesture and prestidigitates it before you drink it. As
Oh,
she
nice.
realizes she just caused a bunch of germs onto that bottle and then removes them and then goes back to working.
Darling, I don't mind an indirect kiss.
All right,
She
I'll
takes
know
a
that for
swig.
next time. And she continues to work.
Gideon,
Mm-hmm. He'll grab a cup and pour himself one and hand the bottle back.
Basil takes another swig.
Lara,
So,
why don't
Yes.
we take a break for the time being? I want
Why?
you to. I had an idea. I think might help. I think the problem is we're putting too much force onto the structure itself to hold onto each individual component. What if instead we use the same premise as an arch, where as we connect each piece, once it connects in the center, they're holding each other together rather than fighting for what space is left?
That makes sense. Well,
no, it
I guess-
doesn't. What?
well, it's okay. I'll start drawing a blueprint. She just walks past and turns around, grabs some paper and a quill, and says, "Let me know when you're ready. Give me 15 minutes." And she walks off. And Gideon and Basil, you're in the room.
Gideon, you always kick out Clara. Why do I feel like you're embarrassed to be seen with me?
It just seemed like you wanted to hang out. Just the two of us, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, it can be the two of us.
I don't read social interaction well. I apologize if I messed that up.
No, you're totally fine. I'm just teasing you. Yeah, I thought that it would be a good idea for us to connect.
Okay.
Because you are great.
Thanks. I used the same word to describe you not so long ago.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. When would you how do you feel about would you your clothes look different.
Excuse me?
They're not how they usually are on your body. Like you usually iron them and tuck it in, and it's not ironed or tucked in. So, do you want more alcohol?
He will just hold his glass out.
She's gonna pour some more. So what I mean to reiterate, how are you?
I'm distracted. And I'm frustrated. Much happened while you've all been gone. The creature from our dreams paid me another visit.
What?
Yes. It showed me some kind of vision. It showed, I believe, where I'm from in the Astral Sea. Two people I believe were my...
Parents?
He nods. Something happened. Some sort of attack, I'm not entirely sure, but they apparently went to this creature, whatever it is, and they made a deal. I don't know the specifics, but I'm guessing it safely got me out of the Astral Sea, away from whatever happened. But apparently in exchange, upon my death, it was to have my consciousness. As I have died, the creature believes it is owed payment, despite my reversal of fortune.
And that payment being you, your soul?
Something like that.
Has it visited you since this most recent time?
No. I think it's waiting for me to come to it.
And you're not going to do that, right?
It will follow me forever if I do not.
But it could kill you if you do.
As I warned you, the gods could in your circumstance.
Gideon, I tried to save you once. And I failed. It didn't work. And I'm sorry. But if you walk into this fire, I can't promise you that I'll be able to douse it in as much water as I wish I could. And I don't want you to use this new found life that you were given a second chance for and risk it again. Especially for something as ugly as that. Let me just tell you, it is creepy.
I grow tired, Basil. For as long as I can remember, I was someone else's. I was someone's weapon. I was someone's problem. Someone's responsibility. I want my own freedom. And I still can't have it as long as this creature remains. I know not its intentions, but it knows things. Things that I want and need answers to. I'm tired of being the only one that doesn't know anything about me.
I'm more than happy to tell you who you are. You're Gideon. You're a smart and stubborn as all get out man. You're brilliant. You have saved us countless times. Sometimes to a fault, but you do it again and again. You create these magnificent things that protect us and make our lives easier. You always have a reason for something. You always have an answer for something. And if you don't know it at that time, you make sure that you figure it out. Someone comes to you with a problem, you may ask questions, but we always know that you'll help us. We know that we can confide in you, and we're not going to lose that trust. You don't judge us. You understand that people go through things, especially you understand that. And you choose to try to see the best in people, but understand and be realistic enough that we can't always have things go the way that we want them to. And of course, we do need to try. And it's important to be free, even if it's dangerous. But I also want you to know that you're smart enough. That we will find a better way. Because that's what you do. And that's who you are. It doesn't matter in your life when we all met, your life in the astral sea, who you are now is who you've always been. Just slightly different, maybe. But I will tell you that if you decide to go on this journey with this scary tree branch thing, I promise you, I will be there with you every step of the way. And I'll go into these dreams with you, and I'll help you find more info on your parents, just like you're helping me with mine.
Have you ever had a question that you were scared what the answer was? Or maybe you just didn't have the courage to ask it?
All the time.
I never have until recently. I'm familiar with magic on a fundamental level. I know that the power of Lady Gemcloak is unlike anything we've ever seen. I know that returning life when nothing remains is next to impossible. So the magic that accomplished it is next to impossible. If all of you had access to that, why me? You could have used it to be with your mother, perhaps. Yrsa could have perhaps taken care of the rifts faster, protected her home. Rian could have had his son back. And I was chosen. I don't understand why you made that choice.
You may not understand, Gideon, but it was the easiest choice for all of us. No question whatsoever. We went to see Lady Gemcloak for the sole reason of getting you back. Any of the possibilities that she could provide for us, completely out of our minds. Not for 1 second did I think of what she could do for me. It was solely what she could do for you. I promise you, Gideon, you're so precious. You're so worth it. And we would not be the Seekers of Insania if you weren't a part of it. We'd always be seeking something if you weren't here with us.
For the first time, Basil sees Gideon cry as he just stares at her.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Not audible, but they're just falling down his face as he stares at her.
I will say for visual, because you are an astral elf.
Oh.
They actually look like stars inside of the tear itself.
Pretty. Basil's gonna slowly scoot a little bit closer and hesitantly reach out her hand and place it on top of Gideon's. She gives him the opportunity to pull away if he chooses.
Much like last time when he put his hand on top of Basil's, he will turn it and hold hers back.
Oh. She's gonna hold on tighter.
At this point, you hear around the corner. I think I got. Oh,
I
I'm just gonna.
Yes. Just a few moments longer, please.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I should have waited for your call. I didn't, so I'm just gonna go back to. It's done.
Okay.
She kind of folds it up and kind of walks forward to like
Thank
give it to you,
you.
and then like turns around. Okay.
Can you close the door,
Thank you, Clara.
please?
She's already gone, and then you
Oh.
hear,
Mhm.
yeah. And she walks back, and you see like a mage hand just as she walks away.
I like her.
I like her too.
With that,
There's one last thing.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Could I ask one more thing of you tonight?
You can ask so many more things if you want.
Would you allow me to use one of your sendings?
Yeah. Who do you want to reach out to?
One of them. And you can feel it, like Gideon is like starting to shake.
Yeah. She's gonna lean in closer to him, and she's gonna lean in far enough to where actually her forehead's gonna be touching his. We'll try. Okay, we'll try. What do you want me to say?
We're casting sending to Stellara, as Gideon knows her name and her face.
I will say that I think we've done this once before. Is that Basil? You can channel the sending through someone,
Mm-hmm.
so Gideon can say the words.
Before that, Basil's gonna reach out to her mom and just be
Okay.
like, please, 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 please. Extra power, extra power. Holy Spirit, activate.
You feel very,
What a
very in
prayer.
touch. You feel with your training with the Raven Queen and everything. You feel very in touch with all of that. So, yeah, no roll needed. You feel the
Yay.
Raven Queen's presence.
Gideon can feel this kind of pulsing energy in his forehead and then in the palm of his hand where he's holding Basil's hand. And it feels warm and kind of tingly.
I imagine it's hard for Basil right now, because as Gideon's just kind of like looking forward, just like trying to think and trying to focus, like it's hard seeing Gideon, someone who's usually so composed, just seeming to like completely break down from the events that are going on around him. And, not using logic or anything such, just hoping that this works. But as the spell is cast, he will speak. Are you out there? Are you all right? I just need to know, just say something. Please. And that's all he'll send.
Gideon, as you send this, knowingly sending the spell across possible planes of existence, in somewhere in the astral sea, you get a response back. However, it is not the response
Son of a bitch.
You're thinking it will be.
I'm sorry. Your mother couldn't be here for you. I have what remains of her. What she sold to me. Don't worry. I'll see you soon.
And that's the response you get.
Basil immediately feels the tenseness, as not meaning to, but his grip on her hand grows harder as the response comes.
Did you get in touch with her?
She's gone. That thing has her too.
Like, gone? Gone?
I do not know. But this is not a matter I'll be letting go anymore, Basil.
I only have one condition for you then, Gideon. You can only proceed with this if I'm there with you. And only if I'm there with you.
He will look at her and he won't say anything for a time. But eventually he will let go of her hand. And he will just very suddenly move in and just wrap his arms around her. And just lean his head into his shoulder and he'll just hold her.
Oh. She's obviously gonna immediately wrap her arms around him and give the warmest bear hug that he's probably had in a while.
He usually doesn't allow them in that defense, but
Okay. With that, as we fade away from...
Yeah. Good job, Brett. Good job.
we travel back to Hamblefort. Rian, as you enter into Hamblefort for the second day that you've been away, you could see many carts exiting and entering again. As you kind of make your way through the town streets, you see carrying in what looks to be this bag of potatoes, a very familiar bandit. As you walk by, Lot. As he looks towards you, hi. He just kind of starts walking away, just making eye contact with you into the tavern.
I'm glad you're doing better, Lot. It's good to see you.
You too. And he walks into the tavern. You can see that there is this almost like a magical shackle around his ankle that seems to keep track of him where he goes. As you turn around the corner, however, you see not fully built, but it seems that they have pulled pulled as many resources as they possibly could. The amount of money you were spending, you see probably close to 50 or 55 individuals working on this building. You can see that the framing is done. They have placed the beams that will create the roof, and the building itself looks mostly completed, aside from glass being inserted and the pond itself behind it being dug out. Just for the sake that everyone can see, I will show you the Eastern Winds Adventuring Building.
Look at that. It's got Rian flavor.
As you walk up closer, you can see Eldar is also helping unload this cart of wood as he's walking past, and he places it down and says, how many more loads do you need? 5, of course. I'll be right back. And he continues off and sees you. Oh, hello, Rian.
Hello? Is everything going okay?
Seems to be.
All right, good to hear.
How was your trip away?
It was good. Much more eventful than I thought it would be, but still good.
I think they said that the building should be done in 2-3 days.
Wonderful. That is very, very, very good to hear. Whew. Well, then, let's continue working then.
You can see exiting the building a very familiar individual that you had sent word to previously. As she looks over, crosses her arms, and says, "Oh, hi." As you see Sayori walking out and walking towards you with Elias, you can see in the distance. He looks over and kind of waves to you as he's moving stone with some individuals. She walks over and says, "Where have you been?"
Well, I have been... How can I put this? I've been in Yursa's home for the past couple of days. She's been away on her own mission, and I wanted to be there to help with something rather important in her home while she was away. I prefer to talk about it.
Cryptic, it's fine. No, it's fine.
We can talk about it later, just not in front of all of these people.
You know, when you told me to come here, I didn't think that the building was still in progress. I thought it was... I didn't know I was going to have to do physical labor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought about being in a management role, maybe? Instructing people on where to go? I feel like that would suit you really well.
Maybe I should take that up. It's good to see you. And she kind of goes in and hugs you.
Yeah, he'll return the hug, and as he pulls away, he'll say, "So, well, where should I go? What should I do?" To Sayori.
Well, as she looks around, Elias is doing fine. You see Elias over there with like 2 large stones just walking around. You see that the 50 or so workers are doing well for themselves. And she looks over and says, Eldar's having trouble moving the wood. He's not strong at all, actually.
Well, Eldar, neither am I. Maybe our strengths combined, we can rally together and do this.
He looks over and says, "All right, well, 5 pieces of this wood at least weighs 60 pounds total.
All right. Let's
weight.
just save the air for breathing, not for talking. Let's lift this. Come on."
Fine. And you continue working, and eventually, montage here. Rian helping Sayori, Elias, and the others, and Eldar. You eventually put the last nail into the building. 2 days later, on Eliant the 12th, the building is made and finished. You have individuals coming in for furnishings and, decorations inside, but the building, pond, and everything is done. As you kind of sit back, you've basically are just down to your short sleeve shirt at this point. It's hot out. Luckily, it's starting to turn fall, but you kind of step back and look at it, and in front of you is your vision come to life.
Well, almost. There's one more element, and I suppose at this time would Yursa be back?
She would be back in Lunaria, probably returning this day.
Okay. He would I suppose the morning that it's done, he would head back to Lunaria to ask her if she would be able to help him with something in particular at the front of the building. But I suppose we can do that next week when Kayla's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you kind of take it back, and I will say, before you end it off, Sayori just kind of looks up to it, looks to you, and says, "Looks good, brother."
It does, doesn't it?
This much will cost a lot of money.
Yep, it was a pretty platinum piece, that's for sure. But it's worth it. We're gonna help a lot of people.
We will. You hear Eldar say, "We will." I'm trying to be I am genuine.
No, I know.
It's just I know coming
but
from
you
me.
see,
It's
it was a moment between my sister and I. And you were just standing there. I should have included you. I'm very sorry about that.
No. I totally understand. I'm just gonna go over here. Where do you know that guy from?
Oh, it's not even that long of a story. I think you might judge me a little bit, though, if I'm entirely honest.
Okay, I'm already judging you now.
Okay. So the town we're in right now, he was trying. He wasn't trying. He was lying to the town about monsters that were attacking it. He was controlling those monsters, but then he would defeat the monster that he was controlling for money, and he did that several times until we discovered it. One thing leads to another. He is tackling me out of a window, shoving a dagger in my stomach, and, throughout all the grace and goodness in my heart, I chose to forgive him and give him a job.
And he's a part of this?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Every time we talk, you tell another story, and it amazes me more of how kind you are. I would have killed him.
Yes, if it is any consolation, I was this close initially, and then he surrendered, and I felt as though it wasn't good. I knocked him out afterwards, though.
That makes okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. Did he always have the thing before or after?
No.
Sorry, that's a little insensitive.
No. You're fine. It's important for you to know. Do you know Gak? You know Gak.
Yeah, big tall Goliath.
Super sweet
gentle
guy.
fellow.
He did it.
Wouldn't hurt a fly.
No, he did that. Yeah, you see, Gak.
Shit.
This is a lot. Gak had really never left home, and one of the first people he met on his journey was a pirate by the name of Dio. You remember Dio?
I remember Dio.
Dio imprinted 2 lessons on Gak very early in their adventure. 1, if somebody tries to steal from you, you should steal from them first. And 2,
if someone tries to kill you, kill them first. Yeah, Dio said that, and so did Gak. Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so, the first time Gak ever ran into that situation, with all of us, at least, I don't know before that, but with all of us was Eldar. And so even though Eldar surrendered, Gak had his lesson, so he did that.
Right. You hear from behind you. That's rough. Is he here, Elias?
Right, Elias, it is rough. Like the opposite that he was to Eldar a little bit ago.
Still picking up, just kind of like cleaning up the area. You see Eldar, you see it, he's just like, and he just
he's
goes
like
back
a brother to me. All right. So he will look once more upon the building, feeling very content, very good about what he's done here, but knowing there's still more work to do. And he will pick up Yursa and head back.
Okay. With that, we head back one last time to Lunar. Two individuals still, for the third day in a row, waiting for Yursa and Willow to return. After the Jabberwock, there has not been any more activity within the rift, not even smaller creatures. It seems that things settled for a while. However, one of these nights that you all are outside watching the rift, Gak and Enid, both of you hear something. And Enid, you hear it first. Gak, you hear it out loud. Without connecting with Enid.
Man, this is getting really boring.
I know, this job's getting... I don't even know. Because I don't want excitement, but...
I can't stand it. I just...
I thought the green cloaks was gonna make it more fun, but...
Wait, hold on. Gak, can you hear me?
Hello? Yes?
What?
What?
You're not holding hands!
You're not?
No!
Can you not see?
Not entirely? This is weird.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought it was just Enid that was talking.
But you can hear me.
Yes. I can hear you.
Prove it.
He's talking to you, Moon.
Oh,
makes sense.
let me think about it. Say something that only I could hear.
Enid sometimes is annoying.
Am I supposed to repeat that?
I heard it.
Come on, you know it's true a little bit.
No!
I would like to say that I don't necessarily agree.
Thank you. Moon!
I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
Look, I almost died just a little bit ago, and now I'm super bored, and now apparently I'm a little annoying.
But like in a very loving way.
Okay, nice try. Nice try to backtrack.
Enid, I will say I'm less bored now.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I just... Moon, are you part of the Feywild? Is there something happening here? Was it maybe because of the earthquake? Where are you?
I mean, I'm... Transparency? Yes, I am part of the network of the Feywild.
The network.
Okay, there's not just...
I mean, okay, so things can be from the Feywild and no longer live in the Feywild, but be connected to the Feywild. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay,
No.
that...
Like your friend Gideon. But he's not from the
Gideon's not from
Feywild.
the Feywild.
Yes, I understand. I know, he's from the Astral Sea. But he didn't, he's here now. He's not in the Astral Sea, but you understand?
Kind of like how I'm from Siri, but I'm not currently in Siri, but I'm still connected to Siri.
Exactly.
I'm glad you got that, Gak.
So I guess because you're so close to it. This is weird. I've only ever truly talked to Enid up until now.
Well, if when we leave and we can't talk like this anymore, hi, it's nice talking to you like this, but maybe we'll still be able to hold hands and talk otherwise.
I think so. I think that would be nice. Also, Enid, I'm sorry. You're not annoying.
Well,
I just wanna say you're not annoying. I was just being funny.
No, it
Ish.
was funny. I'm sorry. I use you as an excuse all the time because no one else can hear you.
I
So I'm
know.
really sorry for making you the scapegoat.
okay.
But now that's a lot harder to do since people apparently can also hear you.
What's this
So
guy?
for now, wait until all the rifts are split upon open and everything's a soup.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Is that supposed to, as the rifts open, makes everything soup?
I don't know.
If the rifts, I don't know.
Is the lake out here technically, like weird, creepy dragon soup? Because it
It's
was
fey
hot in
soup?
there. Like I had the fire in it, and it made it hot. So if the dragon was in there, and it's like hot dragon soup.
But the dragon's not there now.
But
It's
it was
broth, maybe.
dragon broth.
Dragon broth.
So, Moon, is there anything I can do to get closer to you? Like, if we were to go to the Feywild, would I be able to meet you?
Probably not.
Okay.
Okay, so like I used to be a part of the Feywild. And then I left. And then
Are you trapped in my
we-
brain?
No. But then like
That moon would be on my brain too.
I kind of left on like a vacation. And then when I tried to come back, I wasn't able to. I think you guys have mentioned these divine gates or something.
I didn't.
Oh, I heard it.
You said
I'm sure Gak talked about it.
You said something about soup.
What?
Oh, is that a divine soup? I don't know.
Everything's a soup.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true, Moon.
Why not?
I can think of a lot of things that aren't soup.
Name
Moon, if I'm gonna be honest, it's probably most things.
Start.
Trees. Rock. Enid. Moon. Rope.
You're smart.
Flower. What'd you say?
I said you're smart. To be fair, half of those things can be put into soup. Not Enid, but the other things.
Thank you. Well, I mean, we're not talking about ingredients for soup. We're talking about soup.
okay. So you're on vacation,
Right.
and now you only talk to me. This is a long vacation.
I mean, no.
Are you stuck? Do we need to help you?
No.
Okay.
No,
I just you never mentioned needing help, so.
I kind of exist in my own place.
That's nice.
That's what
Like
my
I-
mom used to tell me.
That you exist in your own place?
Yeah, she always said I live in my own little world.
Oh. Cool.
It's Gak's world. Everything's free, and there's a bunch of milk.
Sounds like a great world.
It's pretty sick.
No need to steal when everything's free.
I'm made of milk.
Yeah.
Well, everything's made of milk. There's just a lot of it.
Gotcha.
So being closer to the Feywild strengthens you. Is it because I'm close to the Feywild? Or it's just that we are close to the Feywild?
I think so.
Wait, I asked either or.
Well, I think so to both.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not a god. And also, our magic doesn't work the same as your magic.
Fey magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why can't you talk to Yursa?
You know, I don't think I've ever tried. But I know that I have a connection with Enid. Like, Jack, do you know what the ley lines of magic are? How magic kind of works in your world?
No.
Okay, so I'm not going to use that analogy. Have you ever talked to somebody and then they respond back?
Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of like this.
Uh-huh.
Well, when Enid called out for something, I heard it. And when I responded, this connection has been there ever since.
But I'm not. I mean, besides being a moon elf, I'm not necessarily connected to the Feywild. So, where
Sure
did
you
that
are.
even? Huh?
I mean, Moon Elf first originated from the Feywild.
Oh,
What's a moon elf?
me.
It's what Enid is.
So...
So, like, back in the day, probably thousands and thousands of years of your time, it's probably like 30 my time. There, you could travel through the plains and find material in the Feywild. That was the most traveled plains. And, sometimes things happen and, well, who knows? Also, I don't know if you know who Sahanine is. She's the god of the moon, goddess of the moon. She created the Feywild. So, moon, Feywild, moon elves, it's all connected.
We need to talk more about this.
You never asked.
I know.
It's okay. I'm just been here to talk to you about your stuff.
I mean, I just didn't know that I should ask these. I didn't know that there were different planes of exist. I don't know.
Well, now you do, and now you know these things.
Yeah.
And now I know I can talk to Gak if you're close to the Feywilders. However, this is working.
That's pretty cool. Hey,
Pretty cool.
And Gak's gonna turn to Chip. He's go,
Chip, can you talk to Moon? Moon,
He says
did you hear
yes.
anything? Oh, you can hear Chip?
Yeah, you can.
No, we can.
I am going.
He says he just ribbits, but you can't actually understand him.
Well, I get the gist. Like, I
Hmm.
know what he's saying, but I don't hear words. You can hear words?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's wild. Okay, so
Feywild.
yeah. Okay. So so you're good. You don't need you're not stuck. You're where you're supposed to be? Talking to me?
I mean, okay, so I might be stuck, but I'm comfortably stuck. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
okay. Yeah, okay. Can you only, besides this moment, do you have other people like me that you talk to, or am I the only one?
No. I mean,
To which question, Moon?
I only talk to, well, currently now I'm talking to both of you, but before this, and Chip, sorry, Chip. No, I don't have anybody else that I'm connected like this with.
It's so interesting how that happened.
Magic's weird.
I didn't know it was even magic.
Well, it has to be magic. What did you think it was?
Trauma, I don't know.
Well, trauma creates magic.
Trauma creates magic. That's rule number 3. I'm gonna write that down.
Well, it doesn't every time.
Well, I'll cross it out then.
Are there rules? Like, this is overwhelming.
I have my own rules.
Okay.
Rules in which way?
Just like rules of how to adventure.
Is that what you meant, Enid?
No.
Because I don't know.
I meant, because, like, I don't know. The only crazy thing that happened to me, really crazy thing that happened to me before meeting everyone else was the psionic abilities and talking to you, which I thought you gave me the psionic abilities because I thought you were a piece of my brain. And then you're not a piece of my brain. I'm not actually crazy.
No.
And
I think well, I think one of those is true. I do think I somehow parts of my magical abilities went to you. Wait. Does that mean
what
I'm a
came
god?
first? Are you a god?
I don't think so.
I feel like anybody's a god these days, you know?
Are you a god, Cat?
I think I might be. I got my own world.
With lots of milk.
That's the first step.
But anyway, I guess what I was trying to say, so then, now I'm here with y'all, and y'all have all these things always happening. There's rifts, there's brains, there's vampires, and everything's all connected to the fact that everything's about to fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot.
It is a lot.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. My whole worldview has changed within the span of a month. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll happen. You know, Enid, it does feel like a lot of it's happening, and it feels like it's happening to us. I don't necessarily think it is. I think that we're just... And some people might think it's lucky, and some people might think it's not lucky. But I think that we're lucky enough to be able to do something about helping people.
I mean, it's probably destiny.
I don't know who she is, but she sounds nice.
No, Destiny's, I mean, your people think it's some sort of luck or chance or that it's, you're made to do this thing. It's a type of magic. Well, the magical ley lines kind of are attached to.
Well, I'm not a big fan of Destiny, so she can keep to herself.
All right.
Well, I guess, Moon, if you can see a little bit, maybe we can all play I Spy, since, there's nothing else going on.
Can I go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
I spy something blue.
Oh. Is it Chip?
No.
Is it the water?
No.
This is impossible.
Is it the designs on Gak's face?
No.
Is it the other parts of my face that aren't the designs? They're a different color?
Yes.
Okay, we got it. It's the light color on my face.
All right, who's next?
Gak, go.
Okay. I spy something blue.
It's your face.
You gotta be more specific than that.
The parts of your face that are blue.
Well, I got 2 parts of my face that are blue, Moon.
Is it the light? Is it the lines?
Yeah, it's the darker part.
Okay, I got it that time.
I can only see like 10 feet.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll try and
From-
stay within 10 feet. You
10
know,
feet from Enid?
Yeah.
we're right here.
Okay.
All right, my turn. I spy something blue.
Oh, come on.
There's a lot of blue in this 10-foot sphere, so
Your hair?
yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna guess Chip.
Chip would have been a good guess.
Hey, Moon. Come back, Moon.
Yeah.
So, you know how you said that you somehow accidentally gave Enid the psychonic powers?
Yep, that word.
Because I'm talking to you, do I have those?
You should try.
Okay. Enid, what do I do?
So it took a while for me to actually like take control over it. But the first night that I got them, maybe I don't want to hurt you, but I had to get out of danger, and they just kind of happened to me.
Miss him. You won't hurt him if you miss.
If she's if she's missing on purpose, I'm not gonna be scared at all.
What?
Yeah. I know. I mean, you can try to. What if I toss something that's not harmful at you, and then we'll see if you like. If something happens.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. She will pick up a pile of leaves or dandelions or something, whatever is like not harmful, and she will like sneak up behind Gak and throw him over his head. I don't think anything happened.
Nothing happens.
And I don't think that was scary enough.
Look, I'm gonna be honest, this is kind of a joke, but no, Gak, you don't have psionic powers.
Oh. That's okay.
Unless you pray to me.
Is that something that Enid does?
I don't pray to him or her, Gak. It's okay.
I'm joking again.
Okay.
I'm not.
You got
I
it.
don't know what that word was.
Pray?
Yeah.
It's something you do when you're hunting things.
No. Don't listen to Moon right now. It's like what Basil does when she talks to her mom. Because her mom's a god.
Oh. Isn't that kind of what I'm doing now then?
No, you need a raven.
Moon. Don't
Sorry,
confuse
I'm
him
joking.
anymore.
Sorry, it's fun.
It's okay, Gak.
That's okay. I don't need his psychic powers because I got my own.
Yeah, you got plenty. Way more than me, so. She's gonna flop in the grass.
Good night, Moon.
Good night.
And with that, you continue on the next couple days. This interesting, obviously, Enid, there's a lot for you to think about, and you have multiple different conversations with Moon for the next couple days, waiting for yours to return, and eventually, they do return. How they return, we won't know until next week, but they do return.
When episode 4 of Evrand Downtime continue. Downtime is its own arc now.
Yep. This will be the end of book 5 once we're done with Downtime. But with that, with Enid and Gak finally seeing Yrsa and Willow returning from their trip to the Sunless Marsh, Basil and Gideon back in the keep. Gideon continued to work on his item, while Basil freshens up the rest of the keep, also keeping Gideon company and training with her Raven Queen Peoples and Shradina. Words escape me. And with Rian finalizing the building of the Eastern Winds Adventuring Company, heading back to grab Yrsa from Lunaria. That is where we're going to end the session. Thanks for watching. Joe, what do we got going on?
It's Saturday, it's Isles. Sunday, it's Buried Time. Tuesday is the Salamander Coast. And next Wednesday is Tales of Evrand. See you next time. Bye-bye.